What's going on? Hellmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. Today I wanted to finally give my thoughts on the Seraphine Ultimate skin. I know I said about a week ago, like, this could be a whole video on its own, and, well, here is that video. I'm going to be talking about Seraphine's Ultimate skin, generally why it's not that high quality, and also in general my thoughts on an Ultimate skin coming out for a brand new champion in general. Now, if you have not seen or have not been paying attention, Seraphine's new skin, her launch skin, is also going to be this year's Ultimate skin. Riot have confirmed it. It is going to be our one and only Ultimate skin. The first time the Ultimate skin tier is returning since the relatively disappointing Misfortune Ultimate skin that came out a couple years ago, where that one kind of bombed, and Riot have not made an Ultimate skin since. We finally will be getting one this year with Seraphine's release. Now, it is not only for a new champion, but it has some questionable designs. Now, normally Ultimate skins are known for their form swapping. It's not just a really cool fancy skin with animations and particles and all sorts of different stuff, but it also tends to have some form changes, and every Ultimate skin thus far has had that. Now, Riot have specifically said they are trying to move away from the transformation aspect of these skins because it sort of limits what they're able to actually do with the skins, and they also have said they don't want to commit to creating new tech every time they want to do an Ultimate skin. They basically just want to make these when they have a thought for a skin that's beyond a legendary, that maybe leverages existing tech, but is still a skin that would be good to have, or a really cool skin for these characters. And ideally, Ultimate skins should still be like the best skin for the character in general. Like, it should be the archetypal skin. Like, if you're thinking about getting a skin for that character, an Ultimate skin should almost always be on your radar because it just fully embodies everything that that character is supposed to be or wants to be. Really good examples of these are, honestly, the first three Ultimate skins. I think really do live up to that. Pulsefire Ezreal, at least at the time, was the best skin in existence. It was everything you wanted out of an Ezreal skin. Obviously, he's got some different offerings later. I think now his legendary Battle Academia skin is a little bit more desirable, especially for a lot of players, but I can understand why some people still think that Pulsefire Ezreal is like the best Ezreal skin in existence. Spirit Guard Udyr, people have said this basically just wants to be the Udyr VGU we've all been looking for, so definitely lives up to that right there. DJ Sona, same kind of deal with the sort of beats, being able to swap between music, letting your allies hear that. Like, all these skins basically are everything you want out of a skin for that character. So let's go ahead and talk about Seraphine now and her KDA all-out skin. Now, first and foremost, this skin does come with 3 modes. However, these modes are not immediately available. In fact, at the start, only one of the modes, the sort of beginning Seraphine skin when she's still a singer in her basement or in her apartment or whatever, that's what that is intended to represent, where that's the Seraphine you're looking at. And then as you sort of play games with the skin, when you buy the skin, it gives you a series of quests that you have to complete in order to actually level up the skin and get access to the other modes. Now, already you can kind of see why this is a disappointment, especially if you're like, let's say you're a diehard KDA stan and you're going to buy all of the KDA all-out skins when they come out. That's great. You can buy the Evelynn one, you can buy the Ahri one, the Akali one, the Kai'Sa one. You can have all those, but the Seraphine one, you can't just plug and play. You will have to grind it up in order to actually have the KDA Seraphine skin, which already is a bit of a disappointment because it means that there's a little bit more of an investment you have to put into the skin. You may not be able to buy the skin and just have the form you want right off the bat. You actually have to grind out games with Seraphine, and already you can kind of see how this is a bit of a disappointment. Not only are you not getting the mode you want immediately, but also if Seraphine is banned in a lot of games, if she's picked away in a lot of games, well, all of a sudden you're not making progress on your quest, which means that you're not actually going to be able to get to that mode, maybe for a couple weeks, depending on how much you grind the game, of course, and what kind of game modes you're playing, but potentially, you may not be able to actually get to the mode you want for maybe a few weeks just of doing nothing but trying to play Seraphine. Now, obviously, we don't know what the quests are quite yet, so hopefully it's not too bad trying to grind this out and trying to figure out how long it's going to take. But the point is that you still can't do it right off the bat. There is no plug and play with KDA Seraphine. It requires grinding. The other problem with all of this is that it doesn't feel like you're playing with an Ultimate skin in-game, because the form you choose is selected at the beginning of the match, and after that point, there is no swapping allowed. So what this means is that, sure, okay, at the beginning of the game, I can say, yeah, this is the Seraphine I want to have, but that is the only Seraphine you will see for the entire game. which is already a bit of a disappointment because, again, it means that you aren't allowed to do the form swapping or do the cool things that a lot of other Ultimate skins have access to. And sure, you could argue that, okay, yeah, but I bought Elementalist Lux and I pretty much go the same Lux form every game because I just like, let's say, for example, Dark Lux, that's my favorite, so that's the one I go every game. But at the very least, you have a choice. If you decide, I'm not feeling it this game, you can sort of swap it off in-game. Same with the Misfortune skin. You can kind of say, yeah, this is my usual go-to, but I kind of want to change it up this time around, and you can kind of switch in-game. And that's kind of cool, and that's kind of fun, and that makes you feel like it's an Ultimate skin. It lets you feel that investment, the ability to say, yeah, I'm going to actively decide I want to swap this off as the game goes on. Or even the older skins, the fact that they level up and progress with the game gives you sort of those reassuring and that satisfaction of when you hit level 6 on Ezreal, you put that first rank in the Ultimate, and his whole form changes. That's really cool. That's a cool effect. Seraphine, though, it doesn't feel very Ultimate. It feels more like you're paying for 3 legendary skins, which is actually not bad value if you think about it. I believe 1 Ultimate skin is actually not worth 3 full legendary skins. So, hey, if you consider it in that regard, you're getting your money's worth. But it doesn't necessarily feel like an Ultimate skin on its own. It sort of just feels like, yeah, I kind of paid for discounted legendary skins, which is cool. And if you're a really big Seraphine fan, I can totally see why this would be a worthy investment for you in that regard. But it does kind of feel more like you're just selecting chromas for a skin you bought, as opposed to buying an Ultimate skin, which does feel pretty bad. The other problem I have with this is just that Ultimate skins feel less impactful when it is a brand new character. As I was saying before, the Pulsefire Ezreal and Spirit Guard Udyr and all these skins, they're sort of the archetypal skin for that character. And the biggest reason I feel like that's the case is because these characters have existed for a long period of time. We kind of know what they're about, who they are as characters, kind of what the situation is like for them, and what you would want to see out of their best possible skin, if that makes any sense. You already kind of know that because they've been around for a while, you've had a chance to probably play them a bunch, and you kind of understand, or at least see them in game, and you've kind of had a chance to understand what it is that makes Ezreal Ezreal, or Udyr Udyr, or Sona Sona. Seraphine, though, is coming out with an Ultimate skin, but she hasn't had an opportunity to sort of have that development or have that sort of recognition, right? Where you're sort of able to understand what it is that makes Seraphine Seraphine. So the Ultimate skin may or may not actually live up to what it is we actually care about Seraphine for. It may be that the skin doesn't do enough to really play up what it is that Seraphine does and what it is that makes her an exciting, engaging champion. The Ultimate skin may just basically exist as, hey, remember KDA? Yeah, this is a KDA skin, buy it. Which is not exactly what I would like to see Riot doing with Ultimate skin slots. I would much rather see them try to develop Ultimate skins that, as I said before, really try to play up the most impactful parts of the champion, or that at very least do something very different with the champion's aesthetic or theming. Elementalist Lux, for example, basically says, hey, did you ever think of a fire-themed Lux, or a water-themed Lux, or a lightning-themed Lux? Well, you can always play as those Lux skins. Basically, we made them all in one package for you. Here you guys go, and you can dynamically choose which one you want in-game. But KDA Seraphine just doesn't feel like that. Like it has that sort of effect. So, in general, those are kind of my thoughts about the Seraphine Ultimate skin. Now, look, I'm not going to say that it's not worth your money. As I already kind of said, it's worth 3 legendary skins. Essentially, that's what you're getting. So if you're looking for just raw monetary value, if you're already a big fan of Seraphine, I don't think you can go wrong with the skin. For me, in general, though, I think that I wanted to make this video to kind of talk about what the dissatisfactions I have with the skin are, and essentially give a little bit of feedback to Riot to say, like, hey guys, these are things I think should be considered when we go to talk about Ultimate skins in the future, and when we go to talk about, what makes these skins good, right? I would much rather prefer to have that conversation with Riot and kind of see where we're at. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below, though. I would love to hear, especially if you decide you're going to buy the Seraphine skin. I would love to hear, why you decide you want to buy that skin, why you think that's a good investment. I would love to hear about it. But either way, let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you really enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday, Friday, and on patch days as well. I know I'm a day late on this one, but hopefully you guys don't hold that against me too much. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all later.